going to have 4 great significant dates in this video. And this first significant date, 325 AD, is very significant because this is where the Council of Nicaea took place. Now, in the Council of Nicaea, you had male Coptic Egyptians, as Walter Williams would describe them. A black man, a black bougie man, who's doing the work for Constantine, okay, and getting people to accept this image, okay. And it was Sylvester, the black man, who summons this council. And when this council came around, they are consistently changing the face as Serapis as we go along this history timeline. These are the images that I'm giving you. You see that their faces are changing. And you're going to see more changes throughout this video. But in the Council of Nicaea 325 AD, the Constantine had gave Sylvester I imperial power. Gave him his imperial power as long as he can help influence this Serapis image into the acceptance of the ancient Egyptian society, okay? So he gives him his power of authority, okay? And then he tells Sylvester that he wants to be baptized on sacred grounds of the ancient black Egyptians to be worshipped, this Serapis dude, as a deity. Now, that's 325 AD. Now, of course, this did not happen because you had this other man by the name of Arius who also had juice among ancient black Egyptian people and said, no way, we cannot accept this. We cannot accept your Serapis. We cannot accept worshiping this image. It is man-made. It is man-made. It is man-made. Okay? And sadly to say that it was the black ancient Egyptians who made this prototype for Ptolemy I Soter in the first place. Okay? So about, 50 years later, they have another council meeting. This council meeting was held in 381 AD, and the person who summons this council was Damasus. Now, Damasus received the same power and donation of Constantine that Sylvester did. Sylvester I had died, and Damasus had took his place, and he was playing the same role as Sylvester I was playing, okay? Getting the people to accept this Serapis figure because he too became the head black man in charge by Emperor Constantine, because Emperor Constantine gave him his seal of power and approval. You see how that goes? Even today in politics, we still have this going on, but we'll get to that in a minute. So in this council that they had in 381 AD, which is the Council of Constantinople, okay? And in this council that they had, they developed what they call the homogeneous creed. Now, this homogeneous creed deals with the triangle of Osiris, Isis, and Horus, which is our ancestors, our ancient black Egyptians, God, our ancestors, our people. Okay? So they take Horus out of the picture and replace Horus in this triangle. So now you have Father the Son, Son the Son. The Son is like the Father. Now, so they replaced Horus with the Son and called this the homogeneous creed. They're continuously moving forward with this Serapis image. So now Serapis is in the image of this triangle with Osiris, Isis, and not Horus, but Serapis. Okay? And this was done in 381 AD. Mind you, Damascus was also what is known as a male Egyptian, a Coptic male Egyptian. Okay? He too was one, and not only did he speak the ancient Black Egyptian language, he also spoke Greek. Okay? Now, years later, still moving forward. Okay? And by the way, I believe they killed Arius back in 326 AD after that council of Nicaea. They say that he had some type of, according to the story, they say that he had some type of bowel problems. But anyway, the man died. And I feel like they now that we've got this understanding in this time frame in 381 AD, we're going to fast forward a little more, and we're going to go to 431 AD. Now, in 431 AD, something happens once again. Now, if you have been keeping up, you can tell that at every council meeting that they have, something major changes with the Trinity of Osiris, Isis, and Horus. Now, in 431 AD, Philistine called for another council, okay? And this council was the Council of Ephesus in 431 AD. Now, in this council, they said, hey, how we doing? How are we making this progress here? You know, what are the minds of the people thinking? Like, well, you know, they're still not accepting. They're still like, you know, bucking, but we're making progress. So let's keep the ball rolling and let's keep our people happy here. The head niggas in charge, okay? So in doing so, what they did at the Council of Ephesus, under the summons of Philistine, they changed Isis into Mary, the Virgin Mary, and removed the Isis name and gave her the name and gave her the name Mary, and Mary became what is known as the Theotokos, the mother of God, because she became the mother of Serapis. Okay? She became the mother of Serapis, and according to the argument, one of the arguments was these ancient Black Egyptians could not accept none of this, number one, because it was made up, okay? And number two, it had no human form. It had no human-like nature that they could understand, seeing that this Serapis was created. So now that they have transformed the Trinity, now that they have transformed the Trinity of Osiris, Isis, and Horus, now they give you the father, Osiris, Theotokos, the mother of God, Horus, aka now Serapis. It is outrageous. Serapis becomes Horus. Yeah, it is outrageous, and we are giving, we, the Black people, are creating this Christianity form of religion for the Caucasians, because before the Caucasians came to ancient Kemet, they had no God. They had no form of worship. They were barbaric, illiterate, couldn't read, couldn't write. Yes, they had a name, you know, Alexander, but that don't mean that he could have wrote and read. Now, in the eras of history that they miseducated you in, they said that Aristotle was the teacher of Alexandria, or the mentor of Alexander, and that could not have been true, because in this mythical story that they give you in history, it speaks about how Aristotle wrote hundreds of books, and there is no way possible that this could have happened, because the Greeks could not read and write.